What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm out here today in the boat doing another upgrade, but this is an upgrade to something that I've already had in here, and I'm going to tell y'all about it. And it's actually one of the absolute best upgrades that I've ever made since owning this boat. This is a Ranger RT188, and this is an aluminum bass boat, and you're probably thinking it's live scope, or it's some new graphs, or it's something like that, a new trolling motor, but it's not. It is one of the core components of a boat, and to me it's one of the most important things that you can have in a boat, and it's going to keep you on the water longer, and it makes a huge difference for your day out on the water. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it. We got them right here in this box. We're going to unbox them real quick, and we're going to do a little replacement of the ones that are already in there, which was already a previous upgrade, but like I said, we're upgrading to a newer version. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so what I was talking about was my batteries. Batteries are some of the most important components that you can have in your boat, especially if you're fishing in high winds or heavy current situations. In the past years, I had regular old lead acid batteries, even some AGMs, and just no matter what, when I would go out and fish the river and fish heavy current, I would run into issues with my batteries dying. When you're out there fishing current running 3 or 4 miles per hour at a dam or just in a river in general, the batteries, it just really takes a toll on them. It really wears them down, even if you start off at 100%, at the beginning of the day. But one thing that has completely prevented that and made me not worry about any of that at all is running lithium batteries. And this is the new Goldenmate battery, the new Goldenmate Lithium Bluetooth. And the ones I have in here are actually Goldenmate batteries as well. And I've ran them for the last 2 years. They've been absolutely phenomenal, but they were a non-Bluetooth version. So we're gonna upgrade today to the new Bluetooth version. And something else, there is a link in the description down below where you can get these batteries from, and it helps out the channel if you purchase them. But like I said, I've ran these batteries for 2 years flawlessly. The ones that are in here, the non-Bluetooth, but we're going with the upgrade today. So let's go ahead, let's pull the old batteries out and let's get these new ones in. We're gonna link them up to the phone and check them out. And like I said, I really appreciate Goldenmate for believing in the channel and sending me out some batteries, because they have been absolutely awesome. So let's get the old batteries out right now. All right, so right here, this is literally where all the magic happens, is right here in the back of the boat where these batteries are. We have our starting battery, and we have our 2 Goldenmates right here. So the original version I had in here was the model, the LFP 12100. Like I said, they were a non-Bluetooth version. And the newer batteries, I peeked at one and it does look smaller than the batteries I have in here, which these are 100 amp hour batteries that I'm taking out, and these are 100 amp hour batteries that I'm replacing them with. But like I said, it looks like these batteries that I'm putting in are a little bit smaller. So once I get these out, we're going to compare the two, kind of compare the size, because size makes a big difference in where you can fit them into a boat, whether you can fit them in or they won't fit or whatever. Because these 231 series that I have in here were a little bit tight. I just did fit them, but I think these are going to fit a little bit better. So let's go ahead and get these old ones out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pull the original Goldenmate out right there. It blows my mind how light these lithium batteries are. And that's another thing too, is the weight. The weight reduction, if you're running a John boat or any boat in general, just the weight reduction from a lead acid battery, these are so much lighter. So just pulled this out, and I'm going to show y'all something else too that I add to my lithium batteries. The original batteries, or when you get them, they don't come with studs in them. And I'm going to link these in the description below as well, because these right here make a huge difference. You're able to, use a wing nut and get your wires on. I really like having a wing nut so you can just kind of be toolless when you remove your wires and all. But these bad boys right here are pretty dang awesome, I'm not gonna lie. So like I said, these are linked in the description below, because when you get a battery, they look like this. They don't have, you know, the stud on there for a wing nut, and you actually have the bolts that go down in there. But that is the original Goldenmate. So we're gonna put that over there, and we're gonna get our new one out of the box, and we're gonna add these studs right here to it so we can get that installed and secured in there. All right, so here it is, the brand new Goldenmate. This is the Creus 100B is the model of this battery. It's a little bit shorter in length and a little bit narrower than my other 100 amp hour Goldenmates I had in here. Like I said, this thing is a really, really good looking battery. The casing on it is really, really cool. And like I said, 100 amp hours is what I run in my boat, and I never have to worry about running out of power. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to get these studs installed, and like, they're super easy. All they do is you just literally screw them in. You just get it started, you screw it in just like that. So like I said, these are linked in the description below. They're a lifesaver. They are a lifesaver. Once you get them on there, I just take a wrench, just got an adjustable here, we'll tighten them up just like that. You don't want to over tighten them, because you don't want to, you know, break loose this top part of the battery or anything. But now we're going to get it installed. We're going to get it put in, and then we're going to get the other one put in, and we're going to connect our phone to the Bluetooth and see what state of charge these are at, because these have not been charged, you know, since I've got them. So I'm going to see what state of charge they're in, and see where they're at as far as battery percentage. So let's go ahead and let's get it installed. All right, well, we got both batteries out. Now we're going to get the new ones installed. Get this bad boy locked in with the straps there, and then we have our main trolling motor battery there, or trolling motor cable I should say, and then we have our onboard charger cable, and then we have our negative right here. We have our jumper, and then this is what I was talking about this being so nice. All you do, you have your wing nuts here, and you're able to just put that on, and just like that. You don't need a wrench or anything, which is super, super nice. You're able to tighten that up. So now we're going to get the other battery installed, and then we're going to be done. We're going to hook our phone up to them. All right, so now that we have the batteries installed, I'm going to open up my Goldenmate app, and I'm going to see what current state of charge these batteries are at. So I have the Goldenmate app downloaded on my phone, so I'm going to open that up. And when you open the app, it automatically searches and finds your batteries that have Bluetooth on them. So what you do to find what serial number your batteries are to match it in the app is you look at the serial number on the side of your new battery. So they're right there on the side of them, and you can match that up with the serial numbers that are in your app. So I know that the 577 battery is the battery installed on the right, and the 515 battery is the one installed on the left. So we're going to look at the 577 battery first. So I just clicked on it, and I can see that that battery is at 77%. So the current state of charge is 77%, 13.3 volts. And also one cool thing about it is you can see how many, you know, amps of power are going out, and then how many watts of power are going out. And then also if you're charging, you can see how much power is going in. So that's one really cool thing about looking at your batteries in the app. And at your current discharge rate, if you're running a trolling motor, it'll say how long those batteries are expected to last. So now I'm going to check my other battery, and that is the 515 battery. So I'm going to check this one out. We're going to see what we got. This one is at 78%, so it's only 1% difference between the two. Like I said, I just installed these, have not run them, have not charged them or anything. 13.3 volts. And like I said, it's the same as the other batteries, seeing the wattage going in, coming out, amps, all that. So, like I said, really, really cool to be able to look at them on Bluetooth. And just overall, I've had a great experience with Goldenmate batteries. Like I said, I've been running them in my John boat and in my bass boat now for over 2 years, and I have not had a single issue, not one. So I highly suggest checking them out. They are linked in the description below. Be sure to click that link and buy you some. Get them for your boat, whatever whatever boat you have. Get them if you're going to get a smaller battery for your live scope. I run my live scope on a lithium as well, the 30 amp hour version, and just overall great batteries. So like I said, I really, really appreciate Goldenmate for, believing in the channel and allowing me to use these batteries in my boat and sending them out to me, because man, I absolutely love them. It is definitely the best upgrade that I've ever made to my Ranger RT188, and I suggest you do the same. So anyway, I appreciate y'all checking out my channel. Be sure to like and subscribe, share it with your friends, and I will see you next time on Gunfish TV.